My name is Sister Amanda, and this is Ask Sister. So how do you speak to children about death without them being afraid? And I think the first thing to think about when we're talking about death with children, since it is something that they're going to confront, they're going to face, is to think about how we look at death. And if we're scared of it, if we look at death as something scary and frightening, then we're going to portray that to the children. And so if we look at death as something that is sad, but not necessarily scary. Now, what frightens us about it, even as grown-ups, is the unknown, okay? We don't know what it's going to be like. And it'll mean the end of our life here and everything that we know and everything that we love. And that is frightening. But the thing is if we look at death more as walking down into a scary basement, a dark basement. For everybody, that's a scary situation, especially for children. Why is it scary? Because we don't know what's down there. It's dark, there's spiders, it's weird. I mean, we're just scared of it. But what if your dad walks in front of you and he walks down the stairs and you follow him? Then it's not so scary. He's gone before you. As Christians, we should be looking at death in sort of the same way. Yes, it's frightening. Yes, it's sad that we're going to leave everything that we know and everything that we're comfortable with and everything we love to go down into this scary, uncertain existence. But somebody has gone before us, somebody who we trust. Jesus, by dying on the cross and dying, like really dying, he went before us. And so if we follow him, if we are Christians and we proclaim that we follow Christ, when we die, we're following him into death. And as unknown as it is, and as scary as it is because it's unknown, if we really trust him, it doesn't really have to be that scary. So for children, it's okay to say it's sad. Jesus himself cried when his best friend died, and he was going to raise him like within a few minutes. When Lazarus was died and he was laid in the tomb, Lazarus was Jesus' friend, and he saw his sisters were crying, and Jesus was crying too. He was sad too, even though he knew he had the power to raise Lazarus from the dead, which he was going to do in about 5 minutes. Death is still sad. It's still a reality that we can grieve about, but we don't have to be scared. And so when children, especially if they're confronting death as, well, do children die? Their own death, if they're thinking about their own existence and their own possibility of their own death, to try and let them realize that everyone is going to die. We don't know when. That is a mystery, and it's not for us to know. But we don't have to be scared of it. It's okay to be sad, and we don't want to die. We don't want to go looking for it. But we want to trust that when it's time for us to die, we're with Jesus. We are taken care of. He's gone before us. It doesn't have to be scary. That we can be sad that we're going to leave everything we love and everything that's beautiful and everything that God has given us. But if we're Christians and we really believe that we're following Jesus now, we're going to follow him through death and into whatever eternal life is going to look like. So if we want to all go to heaven, which I think we all do, we don't want to go to heaven just to be happy and have everything we want. Heaven is union with God. It's following God through death and into eternal life and spending eternal life with him. So if we want to look at how do we look at death and not be frightened, is look at our lives now and how we can follow God now. So that when death comes, it's just a continuous following him through that really scary, uncertain moment of leaving our life here, following him through that, trusting him through that, and being united with him eternally on the other side. So children won't understand all of that, but I think it's important that we do, so that when children ask us those questions, we can tell them, yes, death is sad. We don't want to leave behind the ones that we are separated from, that death separates us from people we love, from the life we know, but it isn't scary. If we want to follow Jesus now, we're just going to keep following him through death and spend the rest of eternity with him. So I hope that answers your question. Thanks for watching, and God bless you.